Vietravel Airlines is one of the lesser-known carriers in Southeast Asia. The airline operated its first commercial flight in 2021, and to this day still runs on a fleet of just 3 aircraft. In this video, we'll be flying on their only Airbus A320 from Da Nang to Hanoi. This aircraft has some really interesting history and is still painted in the yellow color of the airline it was previously owned by on the other side of the world. Stick around to learn what makes this plane so special. As always, driving to the airport in Da Nang is great since it's located near the city center. Instead of Terminal 2, today we're headed to the older domestic terminal since our flight is to Hanoi. Welcome to Da Nang International Airport, the 3rd busiest airport in Vietnam. Here we are at Terminal 1. This terminal handles between 10 and 14 million passengers per year, actually more than the international terminal's 6.8 million. Da Nang International Airport is ranked at an impressive 75th spot in the 2026 Top 100 Airports list by Skytrax. This terminal is rated 3 stars, while the international one reaches 5 stars. The check-in area feels just slightly dated, but is pretty calm. After checking in smoothly, we can now continue to the security check, which had a pretty long line but went fine overall. The gates area is pretty standard and features the usual selection of stores and restaurants, but there's a bunch of natural light and a lot of plants are spread around. As I walk through the area, let's talk a little about Vietravel Airlines. The carrier was established on February 12th of 2019 and is a major part of Vietravel Group, Vietnam's leading tour operator. It is also the country's first travel airline. They currently utilize Saigon and Hanoi as their bases. At the time of recording, the airline operates on just 3 aircraft, 2 Airbus A321s and 1 Airbus A320. The carrier has a history of leasing many aircraft, even once creating a wet lease agreement with Cambodia Airways, allowing Vietravel Airlines to operate one of their A319s during high summer demand. Now let's take a look at our aircraft for today. This is Vietravel Airlines' only Airbus A320, registered Victor November Alpha 136. Right now, it is around 7 years old and was originally delivered to Spirit Airlines in the United States in early 2019. In August of 2025, the plane was delivered to Vietravel after a ferry flight from Goodyear via Kapolei, Majuro, and Guam Airport. It is now time for boarding at Gate 5, an actual gate. Here's our flight data for today. The aircraft still features the original Spirit Airlines interior, which is really interesting to see. It features 182 seats, 8 of them being premium economy, and 174 in economy. Here we are at my seat, 26F. Worth mentioning, while entering the cabin and simply taking my seat, I was somehow really liking the vibe, despite the aircraft not being the newest and even featuring another airline's cabin. Hey, maybe it was just the chill boarding music or the professional-looking flight crew. At around 8:30 AM, we're now being pushed back, totally on time, 0 delays here. Enjoy this takeoff 5 minutes earlier than scheduled on runway 35 right. After a beautiful climb through the clouds and into the morning sunshine, let's check out the seat. Once again, these are the original Spirit Airlines seats, and I think it's really cool to experience this interior on a flight in Asia. The top area is completely empty, which I think looks quite nice and not too cluttered. Then we have a really simple tray table, if you can call it that. And some basic straps at the bottom housing the safety instructions. A waist bag. And a surprisingly large in-flight menu, offering a variety of food and drink combos. The legroom was really good as well. Overall, everything was a little basic, but that also kept the cabin from looking too packed. I really need to give credit to how incredibly clean everything was, and the seat cushion itself was pretty comfortable as well. Ordered a small water bottle, costing just 25,000 Vietnamese dong, or 95 cents in US dollars. That's so cheap for a plane. Time to play some turboprop flight simulator, and of course simply enjoy the rest of the flight. If you're enjoying this trip report, a quick like on the video and subscribe would mean a lot. Thank you. After just 20 minutes at 31,000 feet, we're now beginning our descent into Hanoi.
Captain speaking, I'd like to give you additional information about the flight. We are descending the approach landing at Hanoi International Airport. The estimated landing time at Hanoi Airport 35 past 9 airport time. Thank you for flying with Vietravel Airlines. We look forward to seeing you in the future.
Here, the smoggy air in the area is already noticeable, causing very low visibility. High-density traffic emissions, industrial activity, and agricultural burning unfortunately caused the air to be this way. Enjoy this landing with a very smooth touchdown on runway 11 left. This was my first flight with Vietravel Airlines, and I really enjoyed it. Everything was on time, the cabin was very clean, and cabin crew was friendly and professional. Knowing the interesting history of this aircraft makes the flight even more special to me, even though I only found out about the history later after the flight. Overall, it was a very pleasant experience, and I would fly with them again. Just after arriving at the gate, I also noticed that you can actually lift the armrest on the window seat, which is pretty rare, so I thought this was worth mentioning. Time to deboard with some amazing close-up views of the aircraft. You can actually still see the areas where they painted over the original Spirit Airlines branding. And now they simply kept the yellow base color and added a small Vietravel Airlines logo. This bus now takes us to the arrival area, which is pretty near. Right through to the baggage claim area, which looks pretty nice, and then you can walk right out the main door. So basically, within 5 minutes of leaving your seat on the aircraft, you're able to reach the open world, which I think is really cool. I hope you enjoyed this special flight today. If you did, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any upcoming videos. Thank you so much for watching, have a great day, and see you in the next one.